you guys ready? We're back to our roots. We're back at the Circuit de la Sarthe. It is good to be back. Welcome everybody. Bienvenue, bonjour, bonsoir to the Circuit de la Sarthe here at Le Mans, France. I think it's actually called Le Mans. The actual situation is, or the locale is called Le Mans. I could be wrong, but, you know, I try not to be. It is... Well, it's cold out there. 20 degrees Celsius on the track. Compared to what it's usually at, which is about 50. I mean, it's hilarious. Line 47 in the morning. A track length of 13.5 kilometers at a track altitude of 32.5 meters above sea level. The skies are clear with a northwest light breeze. Myself and Craig King are always back, you know, just going around the French countryside. And by the way, it's 68 freedom units for those who need the freedom units for temperature. Craig, we're home.
Bonsoir, bonsoir, ça va?
Oui, ça va. Et toi?
Oui, bof. We're home. We're home at Le Mans. I have waited for this all season. It's fantastic to hear us. Nope, someone's running into my door. No, don't get me. No, I'm fine. Do not worry. I'm not being abducted by anybody. No, it's not the AOC or trying to abduct me. It is everybody looking forward to the best race of the season, Le Mans. And Rob, let's address what's been happening this week. I've been getting you up to speed, or should I say, been trying to get you up to speed, because by the time it took me to tell you what's been happening, the LMP1's already taken laps. We've been seeing blistering speeds around here right now in the LMP1s. I've actually seen in the records a 3 minute 6 second qualifying lap. I have seen almost a 3:05, sorry, in practice. But the fastest race time laps was seen 3 minute 8 seconds in the LMP1s, which last season we were looking at this super cold nighttime track, same temperature, 20 Celsius. When it was a couple centigrades cooler, the cars were doing 310s. Now with a humidity of 45%, track temperature of 20, it's a little bit warmer out there, and that humidity will help them. It will be interesting to see what the times are. Jan Korves, the LMP1's already gone around. Jan Korves with a 3:10.529. So not sure if we're going to see those fast times here today, but quick stats for all you nerds out there: 4.1k strength of the LMP1, a 4k LMP2, and a 3.8k for the GTEs.
I mean, it's the mythical sixth gear in the Audi R18. Welcome back to the mythical sixth gear, as we are on board with Jan Korves going through the...
Now,
well, this used to be the longest straight, and have I seen his wing?
Because there's a nice message. Thank you, JDM Racing. In a very nice green livery with the back of the wing saying, thank you, JDM Racing.
I was wondering why I couldn't see any liveries. I didn't have my livery system engaged.
Oh, Rob.
Welcome to me.
Welcome to Raidillon TV, the only corner you need, ladies and gentlemen. Waiting for qualifying, then we get that like button if you like what you will see, or that subscription button. We're close to 2K. I know that sounds to say and to cheer about, but no, we're a small homegrown little broadcasting company. You know, we've been doing it for just over a year, and it's fantastic to see how we've grown in see all the commentary, all the people just tuning in and watching us. Let's get on with the LMP2s though and the GTE. Well, the GTEs are going at one lap, and some have already gone around. The LMP2s, Paul Mune leading the charge with a 3:26.195. And to be fair, if the fast times are happening in the LMP1s, the fast times are happening in LMP2s. And the fastest time we have seen this week in a race is Marco Solholm with a 3:26.268. So, of course, Mune already going faster than that. So, we could be seeing some fast times in the LMP2s today. As
oh, crikey.
LMP1 is
look at the LMP1 of Oscar T. Coper, and that's a nice livery. It just popped into my view. And he's thrashing that thing around. Holy mother. Oh! I think he's trying to think I think he's still thinking.
Oh, he's done it!
No, he hasn't.
And has he done it? Look at the other cars! Look if you see him coming on right now. Jan Corbs with a 3:07.690. Hubo with a 3:07.977. Coper with a 3:09.219. Then Carey with that 3:09.870. So they are dipping into under the 3:10s and, well, further, a 3:07.690. I'm not sure if that's good enough for, like, the fastest qualifying lap. I'll have to do some research, but that's up there.
3:07.69. I have seen 3:06 as far as I'm aware, but I don't think the Audis are ever meant to go this fast.
None of these cars are meant to go this fast. Let's be brutally honest, because the race that the fastest times in the world have not gone. And I've got the final lap. The fastest qualifying lap is a 3:06.828. Only one driver, Alexander Davison, has gone into the 3:06s for qualifying this week. To give you context, Jan Corbs had the 5th fastest qualifying lap. He now has the 4th fastest qualifying lap with that time. No, sorry, still the 5th fastest. He had a 3:07.813, so he's gone 2/10 faster than his fastest time. Qualifying is done. We didn't get a chance to talk about the GTEs, but it's a Porsche versus Ferrari field, and a lot of Ferraris out there today. But like I said, let's just go over those quickly. The LMP1s, of course, Jan Corbs at 3:07.690. Marshall Huber, the number 1 car, with a 3:07.977. Alexander Spetz for Bushfink Racing, a 3:08.646. Oscar T. Coper, 3:09.219. Steve Hu with a 3:09.480. Jake Carey with a 3:09.870. Kiefer McKenna with a 3:10.246. Devot Wogney with a 3:10.314. Philip Kungen with a 3:17.401. I'm guessing he must have had an invalid second lap. Yeah, he didn't even do a second lap, so he must have had an accident there. Quickly into the LMP2, Paul Mune with 3:26.195. Eric Testa Sasuna with 3:26.698. Christoph Mons, 3:26.707. Javier Soto is there in 4th for the LMP2s, a 3:27.069. Wes Van Dijk with a 3:27.320. Harry Brooks, 6th with a 3:27.368. Julian Reinhardt, nice to see Julian out there again, a 3:27.536. Matt York, a 3:27.618. Adam State, a 3:27.623. Maffeo Gufio Thornton, I got that right, 3:27.787. Mark Eager, a 3:28.429. And Jeremy Hopp with a 3:29.346 rounds out the LMP2s.
GTEs go like this. It is Montour with a 3:42.995. Schuler with a 3:43.821. Oh, I've messed it up already. It's the car number 38, 3:43.833 is Axum, 3:43.944. Sipas with a 3:43.977. Campos with a 3:44.014 in 6th. Nguyen in 3:44.128. Territory in 7th. 8th. Oh, no. Not even going to take a crack at it. 3:44.185. Car 24. Pegzek with a 3:44.539 in 9th. And Jabi with a 3:44.954. Garin with a 3:44.964. Verhey with a 3:45.194. Baptista with a 3:45.207. Conkle with a 3:45.240. Pipers with a 3:45.252. And as we see, LMP2s or the LMP1s have started from the back end of Boisson, coming up towards Porsche curves. It is going to be Pereira in 18th with a 3:45.692. Present also with a 3:45.951, and he's the last qualifier in GTE. Now,
Just got to quickly go down. Arayas Hauser, by the way, is a non-qualifier in the LMP1s, and Roman Verdolivio is a non-qualifier in the GTEs. 40-car split, Rob.
It's packed. It's packed. And seeing as this is my favorite track, I am going to be politely rude and say, Craig, this is right on TV, the only corner you'll need. I will take them away all the way through that first lap because
Stand up for the tricolour. Stand up for the tricolour.
For the tricolour de France.
I wish we could get cameras from trackcams22.com to show the awesome aeroplanes. But Rob, if they hit the Ford chicane, it's all you, my friend. It's all you.
I will take you all around Circuit du Mans as the LMP1s flash their lights. It is the final race of Season 1 of 2020. Where has that gone? 2021! Sorry! Oh my goodness, oh my days. But as they step off, that is Marshall Hubert being led by the car of Jan Korbs, and they're already away. The Ford curves were single file, and every single one of them just stepped on through, and you could just see them screaming away as they head down to the Dunlop chicane. LMP2s are also getting away, and that is a Simsa Esports car sitting in the middle of the car number 9. That is going to be Reinhardt, sat in the middle of a 3 wide coming down into Dunlop. And then the GTEs themselves are now starting to go and get going. That is Gabi Montoro taking absolutely every single advantage he can on the start, and he's already got a 1.5 second gap between himself and second place Braviers, Schuler, Isaacson. Now back to LMP1s as we see that is Jan Korbs serving a slowdown. It is happened already. A serving of slowdown for cutting the corner at Tetra Rouge. That is 2 cars serving the slowdown. That's I think that is a TBR also serving the slowdown. That pushes Oscar Coper up into second place. Marshall Huber coming up into first. You can see the LMP2s right behind them as they're going too wide back there. Who's going too wide? That's going to be the car number 15. That is going to be car number 15 of Matt York. Typical geodesic driver going 3 wide. Coming down into... Oh, I can't believe I said that with a straight face. Coming past Tetra Rouge. Goes 3 wide with Reinhardt. And that is Reinhardt under threat from Thornton. Car number 28 coming through the second... Oh, I can't remember the first and second.
Mulsanne
chicane. I forgot what they called them.
Wow.
I kept trying to call them PlayStation and Forza Corners. I was like, no, that's not right.
That's not right. That's not right. Well, Marshall Hubert is currently in the lead thanks to those slowdowns at the front from Spets and Korbs. Hubert's got a 1.5 second lead over Coper. Coper making I think it's his first, or I think it's his second appearance in the splits. Behind Wogney is battling Spets, who has gone all the way down the field after that slowdown. He had to slow down and couldn't clear it through the first chicane, so had to serve it after the second chicane, and it really cost him a lot of time there. Not much happening. And also at the front of the LMP2, they just realised of the battle. Mune Nusuna, teammates, well, at least they're teammates at the same livery, battling as they come up to Indianapolis. 2 different braking styles. Mons is right behind them, trying to catch them. It's very quiet at the moment. There is an LMP1 of McKenna in the middle of the LMP2 field. Not sure what happened there.
Well, he's not got damage, so he probably just went off at one of the Mulsanne chicanes. And, you know, he went off in such a way that you just have the sad man corner where it's just like, yeah, exactly, yeah. And you know, you're just like, I'm not going to hit anything, but I really have to go like 20 miles an hour, otherwise this thing's going to bounce. As they come through Porsche curves, that is the car number 7, car number 6 of... is that... Oh, well, they're teammates anyway, but I'm pretty sure they're not going to be teammates for much longer.
Oh, McKenna's in the woo! What on earth? Kiefer McKenna has just lost it at the Porsche curves. What just happened to him? That he just... No, the car said no. He tried to brake to go around the LMP2, and the car said no. The first lap goes. Jan Korbs, as you can see on the tower, down in 4th position because of that slowdown. We always say the first lap slowdowns are the worst. Hubert's got only a second lead over Hubert, and did Hubert just take a slowdown? Ooh, that is close. Actually, I think Hubert's got a slowdown. I saw all four wheels off the curb there, off that imaginary line that you can see. We'll wait and see. Does he take a different line when he goes braking? No, because he's gone back to the main line. I honestly thought, my eyes must be deceiving me. I honestly thought Hubert had a slowdown there, but Copa.
The slowdown area for Tetra Rouge, it is, you have to clear the blue rumble strips. The center mass of the car has to clear the blue rumble strips to avoid getting a slowdown. That is the rule of thumb for that particular corner. Now, Le Mans is a very, I would say, very cruel with some of the slowdowns. It will eat your heart out.
Oh, what's happened to Montoro? Gary Montoro's gone down the order here. Not sure what's happened. She's in a battle with Nugent right now. Did not see what happened to Montoro. Was she serving a slowdown?
Oh, that is a car gone off. Sorry, that is Alex, Mr. Alex having a bit of a moment coming through. Oh, got slammed into the side, coming through the Dunlop curves. Not a place you want to be. Let's go have a look back at Gabby Montoro. Let's see what happens to her.
Must have had a slowdown, yeah.
Oh, she did.
Yeah.
We're looking at Gabby Montoro. Started first, currently fourth. And that is not where you want a slowdown to serve. Through the Ford curves, Gabby Montoro, the car number 2, having to serve a slowdown. And you can tell, oh, that is cruel. She had a big slowdown to serve because she wanted to get going, but not happening. And now she's in this big group of people, starting 22nd overall. She started second, correction. She was up in first, and now the damage is done. She's in a pack, while the car of Adam Isaacson is racing away. He's got a 1.5 second gap behind him, and there's just a sea, an absolute sea of cars in front and behind.
I don't think it will affect though. I mean, number one, she's in a Porsche. It's not the fastest car around here. We know the Ferrari's got the top end speed. Number two, she's slipstreaming behind 2 cars and got a couple other cars with her. What she can do is she can fuel save. If she wants to battle with Isaacson can't fuel save right now. He's got no one to use. So she's in a good position right now. As is Sipak, as is Nugent, as is Campos, as is Pezek. They're all slipstreaming each other. It's a field. It is a train right now. In fact, everybody down to 10th almost, from 2nd to 10th. It's just in this line right now, the first few laps, and Montoro's got the pace to stay there. Sipak knows that he could just go by Viva, but probably won't. Yeah, you can see a little bit of lifting there, so they're all. Oh no, Montoro's gone for it. She's not going to wait. She needs to get up there through Indianapolis. Jesus. Sorry, through Indianapolis, and is that? Oh, Sipak's trying to make a move. Oh no, I could not make it, but Montoro doesn't want to wait. Does not want to follow my game strategy of saving. The gap is already 2 seconds between the Saxon and Montoro, and that's first to third. Second place is only half a second in Montoro, as you can see on the timing. So that just gives you an idea of what's going on. Has there been any chaos at the LMP2? I think someone's had a slowdown because there's a lot of 2 wide going on. Matt York's having a slowdown to start finish straight. Julian Reinhardt, I think, has just made up about 4 places because of everybody taking a slowdown, gone up to 6. That's 3 places, sorry. So a nice little battle between York, Gouffier, Thomas, and State right there. And in fact, the back of the LMP2 field, all having a nice little battle at the moment, while the front is so spread out at the moment. So that back is really fun.
Cutting through the middle of 2 people trying to serve a slowdown, and then looking to see, oh, that is Matt York on, typical geodesic driver getting a slowdown. 4 cars.
That's happening, but we've also got the battle for the lead, because I remember saying Oscar Copa was gaining on Hubert. The gap is half a second. The RSR guy of Oscar Copa versus the I'm sorry, Marshall, I need to check it. The where is it? Accelerate? Oh no, it's LDLC, isn't it? Sorry, the LDLC. Yeah, LDLC of Marshall Hubert. He'll probably correct me. I apologise if that's not right. I just see the LDLC logo there. Continuing to battle. Copa's taking a lot more speed. 5 kilometers more than Hubert as they come out of the Toyota for Gulf Straight in Indianapolis. A loss wide there from Hubert. I mean, it clipped the grass. I thought if he clipped a bit more with throttle, he would have gone off. Gascon are down to 0.3. You can see it in the timing tower. Huber will boost a little bit more. Boost strategy is going to be playing effect right now. There's cookie cutter. There's different ways. There's mix and matching. This is one of the straights you want to get as most as you can. Huber just managed to get away quicker and get that boost faster, but doesn't have a lot of boosts. Cobra's managed to pull back a couple tenths, but now into the Porsche curves. Who lifts here? I just want to listen. No lifting. Back in my day, you had to lift through the Porsche as well. Now you don't have any more, and Huber's just using it to his advantage. You can tell that some people are a little bit better off in the full-time track sections of Le Mans compared to the road section. The gap was 0.4 as they crossed the line last time. It's almost going to be 0.6 when they cross this time. Let's just see it. The timing tower is actually 0.5. It's 0.4. They match. They actually match each other. Oh, 3:10.120 for Copa and a 3:10.059 for Hubert. The gap is now 0.3 of a second. And while that's happening, Corbs is right behind them saying, I'm back.
Jan Corbs is in the background. He's just like, what's a slowdown? I'm going fast. I'm fast as frick boy. He went 0.5 of a second lap faster than both Coper and Hubert. And you know, Coper sees this in front of him. He should be looking behind and seeing this. I mean, there's no back window on these things. I mean, that would be hilarious. But he does see
he's gonna make a move here. Sorry, he's going to make a move here. Side by side going out to Millstone 1, and Hubert decides it's not worth the battle. Copa takes the lead at the rail. Very sketchy line. I think he overcooked it going into the first chicane. Hubert might use it to capitalize, but Copa will stay on the inside. No, I think he's realized that he does not have the pace. Does he overboost is the next question. Hubert's right on his back, almost like it's NASCAR and your bump drop.
Oh, I think he might be. Ooh, going onto the inside. No, he doesn't. He does not go on the inside. We may have lost Craig.
No, I'm back. No,
we're... Oh. Don't worry about it. As they go down past Mulsanne 2 into Mulsanne chicane, Marshall Hubert's not going to have much of anything to say about Coper. Maybe he's going to try and fuel save because, as a reminder, this is Le Mans. You may use a lot of fuel, so fuel saving is a valuable strategy. You can save a lot of time. If you save one lap, that is about 2 to 3 seconds in the pits that you save. Because of how long the lap is around here, you actually save about 3. If you save about 3 liters, that's a lap, and the fuel fill rate's about a second or 2. So you save about a second, 2 seconds in the pits just from saving 1 lap's worth of fuel. And it can be done in these vehicles. It can be done.
Oh,
they do ride on that sort of envelope. I mean,
look at Corbs. Look at Corbs right now, and look how much he's caught on to them. And he's not fuel saving. And of course, in sprint races, you won't see fuel saving, but you can do the hallowed 13 laps around here in 1 fuel tank. They're going to be doing 19 laps today. That is the pace they are going. Jan Corbs caught up in the dirty air that Huber and Corbs will be getting right now through the Porsche curves. Really going to be a hassle for them as they continue the battle. Again, Huber just touching the grass a little bit, just coming down into the Corvette S's and the karting S's, but holding on, but he's not got that pace. Copa's just managed to find he's found that 6th gear, and he's probably found another gear. He's probably nicked the gearbox from the Porsche 919s and just put that in the Audi right now because he's got a 7th gear all of a sudden. He's just on it, and I wouldn't be surprised if Corbs...
Oh, that's an LP1 gone wide, starting to cut across. It's an LP1 that just went off into the grass. Who was that? Was that Spets?
That was Spets. Spets overdid it, yeah. Spets overdid it. Keeps it before, though, but he's battling who? Close one.
Oh, crikey. Yeah, he almost had a power slide coming through Dunlop curves. Or Dunlop chicane, correction.
Now, I want to get back to the GTEs, by the way. Montoro overtook Baraviva the start of this lap, probably going into Ulsan 1. That's now holding on against Baraviva with Nugent a second behind. But all that racing, Saxon is 5 seconds ahead. Well, almost 5 seconds ahead. So Montoro's got a lot of work to do right now.
We just put the cameras on it when you were saying 5 seconds. That is a massive. The cameras were in that perfect spot where you could just see that one car of his accent just being like, "Hi," and everybody else is chasing after him. Look at it. Here we go again.
Right? It's fantastic. I love these cameras from trackcams22.com, by the way. But here's the issue Montoro's got. Gabby's in a Porsche. Willian in a Ferrari. It's faster. Montoro doesn't have any slipstream anymore. They come down the Gulf Straight. She will have to go on the defense, put that car in the middle of the track. Will Badavia go for a move in Indianapolis? No, but you can see that there is a possibility there. The pace of that Ferrari is strong. And the more these two battle, well, Newighan is right back in it. So I love just the procession of cars. Look at it, through Indianapolis into Arnage on the stream back there.
Oh, crikey, no, we've had an accident. We've had an accident going into... We're just coming out of Indianapolis onto Arnage. On board with Christian Pekzak. Oh! Oh, that is unfortunate.
Jan Corbs, while we were watching this, had taken back P2. He has made his way back up the field after that first lap slowdown, and he is now P2. Just to give you an idea, right? Copa's there. Copa's there. A second ahead of Corbs. A second and a half ahead of Hubert. 7.5 seconds ahead of Alexander Spetz. That just shows the pace that these guys at the front are doing right now. And I'm looking at my relative, Rob. First GTE car is 9 seconds away. And with how these LMP1s go around the Porsche curves, we could be seeing some traffic going into Dunlop. Just be prepared, because they're going to hit them at the worst possible time. It's going to be Dunlop, and that's not where you want to hit them. We all know what happened to McNish in the real world back in 2011, was it? Or 2010? I might be wrong there. But
it wasn't an Audi or 10 or something. It was like...
Yeah.
Yeah, but let's just say he tried going around, and oh dear.
Oh, yeah.
It became a missile.
Copa 309.75. Corbs 309.039. He goes purple. I mean, these times are just. Sorry, as a purist, these times are not ill.
These times are like
these
times are like 8-9 seconds off the real world.
The lap record around here is what, 3:14?
Yeah, but that's on a
3:12.
That's on a car that doesn't even exist on the service, and it's probably faster than these lot.
But they're coming through traffic right away. Hubert's on the Corbs, and he won't be going for any moves. We always keep our eyes on this because it's imperative to see what goes on. And in fact, Copa might have a double bookmark here. Bookmarking, as we say on Raidillon TV, putting a slow car in between you and the car you're battling, and that's a double. That was a double for Corbs, and Copa now has some space. In fact, am I seeing that right? I'm seeing 2 seconds. Just that lapped car, those 2 lap cars going to Mulsanne cost Corbs a second.
And he's stuck. Oh no, he just about made it. Going through second Mulsanne, as did Marshall Hubert, but if you look forward, he's still got plenty of cars to go through, and if he gets stuck behind a GTE down here, that is where he gets into real trouble, and there is a genuine threat that... Uh-oh, he might be stuck He's stuck behind a GTE. That is a Porsche. Stuck behind a Porsche coming through Mulsanne chicane. And here is Oscar Copa attempting to essentially just get through as many GTs as possible. Coming up to the lead battle right now of second and third. That is Gabi Montoro versus Tony Nguyen. Tony is, oh crikey, flicking a wrist on the inside, coming through Gulf, and he just sees his accent up ahead of him. There's a bit of a gap, and it's, oh my goodness gracious, pandemonium.
Corbs and Hubert just split themselves between that battle between Montoro and Nguyen. And you know, it works the other way when you get the slower cars going around, getting held up by the faster cars. But Copa would have been, relaxed. Oh no, Copa's stuck. He just gets by. Wow, he went around the Porsche curves to get around Isaacson, and I don't think Corbs is going to be lucky. Can he get around the Corvette curbs? Yes, he will. Can Schubert? That's going to be late, but he does in time. Coper does lose a little bit of time there. It's nothing too serious. The gap is 2 seconds. They're a minute behind the LMP2s. So don't have to worry about that at the moment. Nothing serious happening in the LMP2s at the moment.
It's a battle for second place, though.
No, there's a battle for second place and a battle for fourth as well. Second place is Christoph Mons versus Weston Van Dijk, and then Harry Brooks versus Javier Soto for P4 and P5. Very slipstream battle, the LMP2s, and it really opens up when you get around traffic. So that will be the key one. Like we always talk about the LMP1s going around the traffic. That is always key.
Wes Van Dijk is battling Christoph Mons, and he's putting in the clutch. I wonder how much he's actually doing that, because he's sticking right. He's kept the gap constant over the last lap, I think, judging by the information I have on hand. So he must be fuel saving like a madman. He's probably said, Paul Munet is probably too far ahead. Let's go ahead and grab this guy and make sure that I stick ahead of him, because unfortunately the pipette that exists inside the car of the NMP2, the Lara P217, it doesn't lend itself to how should we put it, lasting long. Rather it especially around Le Mans, it's very tight.
Yeah, and we know that the LMP2s have been working. Some of the LMP2s have been working on fuel-saving strategies nowadays to try and etch out another lap, or just able to just stretch it out so they don't get caught up in GTE traffic, or been able to get around GTEs or GT3s when it comes to IMSA. So they are working on those strategies. And again, you come through the Porsche curves, it is horrible in dirty air. And Wes and Harry Brooks as well, they're both going to be experiencing dirty air through Porsche curves, and it really has an effect on where you want to take those corners, how you want to take. You get a bit of understeer. You just start overcompensating for what's happening. But look at that gap between Mons and Munet. You can see him just about to start turning in to get ready to brake for the Porsche curves as you've just crossed the start-finish line. That's a huge gap.
Matt York, by the way, still battling, still trying to get back to where he was. He started in overall 17, so he's currently where he started. With the slowdown, obviously, he was trying to serve coming through. I think there was 2 or 3 laps ago at this stage. I don't think he'd want to, continue to be serving that, as he battled Julian Reinhardt and Matteo Gauthier Thornton. What?
Oh no, Reinhardt, you've done it! Reinhardt spun at Tete Rouge. He spun at Tete Rouge. I think there might be a little bit of damage there, but that is just a case of trying to get as little break. Oh, he clipped the grass. Sorry. No, it was nothing to do with it. The Simsa Esports car hits the grass.
And that's a big hit.
That is so unfortunate for Julian, and that is a big one. He tried to avoid it, but that was big. He's 8 seconds behind the rest of the field. That's Jeremy Hopp, who's the what would be the second last car right now for VEC. But that's a dreadful move. Well, that's a dreadful incident. Sorry, to be precise. Such a shame.
You were going to say
him.
Dreadful move, and I was like, hang on a minute. He didn't
No, it
even
wasn't
make
a dreadful move.
move.
No, it was a dreadful clip there. That's not when you want to clip the. Well, in one hand you want to clip the grass there because you've got that long runoff, but the other end you're going that fast in these prototypes. Not going to help you. Update. Oh, well, you can see the timing towers, by the way. You'll probably see the timing towers, and you'll keep seeing them. You won't see them for the LMP1s at the moment, but the gap between Coper and Corbs has gone down a bit. Corbs did a 309.150. Coper did a 309.758. But Huber, 309.001. Oh, just so close to getting the 308s right now. But Huber using that slipstream to his advantage to get a little bit of extra speed. And it might also help him with fuel. So that'll be one to pay fair for. We're still looking at 19 laps, by the way. 18.94 before they come into the pit. So I'm keeping my eyes on that gap, because it's almost a case of when, not if, for Jan Corbs at the moment. Touch wood.
On board with Tony Nguyen the third, as he chases down Gabi Montoro, who was trying to chase down Adam Isaacson. Now, at the current pace, Isaacson is actually slower by 0.2 of a second a lap, but it won't be enough. It won't be enough. Gabi will need to take absolutely every liberty to close that gap much faster, because at 0.2 of a second a lap, with the amount of laps that are expected to be left, she won't make it. She'll have 2 second a gap to deal with, and that is only if the current pace stays as it is. Doesn't take into account the Raidillon guesstimate network does not take into account fuel saving, because goodness gracious, if we try taking that into account, we'd be here forever. And B, doesn't take into account any changes of strategy, changes of pace, crashes, or any other which way, because we're just guessing at this point.
We're just an overtake for P5 in the LMP1s. Philip Kungen overtaking Steve Hu. Why is that important? Because, like I always say, that is the stat that matters the most when it comes to iRacing, is how many top fives you get. That's the joke I have. It's a stat that always gets tracked, and a little bit of respect if you get a top 5, you know, a 5th's better than a 6th. It just looks nice in the stats. So Philip getting that P5 in a Porsche, the only Porsche in this field today, which is crazy when you think that the three of the top 5 fastest laps this week at Le Mans have been in Porsches. And here we are seeing a Porsche in the middle of the field, because, well, it's Jan Korbs. It's Jan Korbs who's dominating. And again, he takes 0.6 out of Oscar Copa, and the gap now between Copa and Korbs is a second. And where is that gap to the LMP2s, by the way? 20 seconds. So Copa is probably going to hit them at the end of this lap. He'll hit Julian Reinhardt first, but yeah, the LMP1 might hit traffic at the end of this lap.
As you can see, the boost strat in full effect. You boost as much as you can to get up to about 310 kilometers an hour, and then you let your rake essentially give you lift so that you oppose the normal, well, normally what happened, which was you would start losing speed as soon as you reached about 330 kilometers an hour. But instead, you're essentially telling the rake system to, at a certain point in time, you're actually wanting lift to counteract the weight of the air being pushed down on the top of the car. So essentially, you start gaining more and more speed, very slowly, in fact, as soon as you hit about 330 kilometers an hour. If you use a Motec system that a lot of setup makers use, you can actually see the graph where it actually starts generating lift, just because of the way the angle of the car changes. Now we're sat on Korbs now, and as the P1 driver, strat is everything. If you get one inkling wrong, it is very hard to take another crack at the whip. So these guys, these two right here, are going to be trying absolutely every trick in the book to be able to save energy, save fuel, save every inch they possibly can, while still trying to race fast. So we're coming up through Gulf now, and you can see Coper actually took 0.3 of a second away from Korbs, but Korbs is sticking to his strat. He doesn't care what Coper's doing. He doesn't care if by sheer consequence he's faster. All he cares about is, am I going faster than the guy ahead of me? And how do I get past him quickly? Let's go through Indianapolis now. A much wider line for Korbs. He takes a bit of gravel coming on the outside, coming through Arenage. You want to try and take... Some people try and take it as tightly as possible. Some people try and take it as wide as possible. Depends on what you're trying to do.
Keep an eye on that. By the way, a quick update. The LMP2, Javier Soto overtook Christoph Mons for P2 through Indianapolis. A little bit of a touch, which held up Mons, and almost lost P3 to Wes van Dijk behind, but no, everything's okay there. So there is some battles happening near the front of the LMP2 field, as there's still that little battle in the GTE field at the front with Montoro and Nurgen. But you've got to think, really, as they're hitting the halfway point, it's more of a just sit back and fuel save right now. Probably Tony's happy to be behind Gabi's card there, as Gabi's trying to catch up to his Axon, but the LMP1's Korb is in the pit.
Marshall
as is
Huber.
as well. So does anybody else join them? What about Spets? No. Kungen? No. Who? No. Nobody else is in. So that's an interesting plan at the halfway point. And I've got to think, Rob. I've got to think. Something tells me that is due to where they are on the track compared to the LMP2s. They get in the field. They get in that pit lane. That is one of the slowest pit lanes in racing. With how long it takes to get in there, how long it takes to fuel, because you need almost a full tank. And so it tells me that has to be a case of, I can see the LMP2s, I don't want to get held up by them. So in other words, Copa is rolling the dice. If he can get a clean lap, he might be okay. But at the same time, what if Corbs and Huber pit, and they pit, and the LMP2 pit, and they get caught out with LMP2 traffic coming around to Dunlop? It's a roll of the dice, and I'm really curious to see how it goes. Corbs and Huber, by the way, I think they're still in the pits. They've come out there, coming down to the Essence de Terre Rouge. So they are 20 seconds behind the last place car, which was 1 minute and 50 seconds behind Copa. No, I take that back. Sorry, 8th. So that was 30 seconds behind Copa. So that just gives you an idea. It's about a 40-second pit stop, I think, there or thereabouts.
Marshall Hubert seeing the car of Jan Korb's JDM sat right in front of him. And it is 0.8 of a second between the two of them. They were both similar pit stop times, so it'll be down to who can race faster. Where is status update on the only 919 in the race? It is going to be this man, Philip. Is it Philip? It is Philip.
Yeah, Philip Kungen. Yeah, he's actually doing well. He's doing well. He's doing sub 10 seconds. He's doing sub 310s. Doing really well in that Porsche. Well, these cars have always been a little bit balanced around here, so you expect that. And also, this is one of the tracks where both cars get the 100% boost. And something tells me that someone came to me this week and said, I don't know the boost strategy for Le Mans. I haven't raced Le Mans properly for about half a year, and I just rolled it off straight off my tongue. That is how implanted those numbers are. But what's implanted right now is Oscar Copa getting held up with traffic. That's Adam State, the VRS satellite car. As he comes around Porsche, he's going wide around the Corvette S's. Makes it. You've got to think right now, does he pit? Does he make a reaction to the fact that Corbs and Huber came into the pits last lap? He's on lap 10. He can go some more.
He's coming into the pits.
He's coming in. He's coming into the pits. And I think that's a wise choice. But I don't know how that's going to help. Also, LMP2's in the pits. It looks like Javier Soto has undercut everybody. That's going to be one to look at. And also, Mark Hager and Jeremy Hott coming into the pits as well. So, where is Jan Korbs and Hubert?
Now, remember, here's the key situation, right? But the one thing is, remember, LMP2 will always have to sit in the pits for the longest amount of time, simply because the fuel tank they'll have to fill right up to the top, even if they fuel save, simply because of how much fuel they use over a lap, and how small the tank is. Well, I mean, it's not small, but I mean, we call it pipette.
Sorry to interrupt, Rob. 6 seconds, 5 seconds, 4 seconds. Copa's finally leaving the pit, but he'll have to get up to speed. 2 seconds, 1 second. I think Jan Korbs might have done this. I think taking the extra lap might have cost Copa. Side by side they go, and Korbs has the lead back. Copa does get P2. That's crucial for Korbs. That's a slowdown. That's a slowdown. Has to be a slowdown for Korbs. I'm not entirely sure if it was or not. We'll wait and see. But he's given up the lead again. The top three are separated by half a second right now. Hold on to your belts and braces, people. 27 minutes to go, and the leaders are half a second between each other.
Just to replay what on earth had happened, Jan Korbs, that was Oscar Koper, and as he was stepping out of the pits, that was Jan Korbs coming straight up the start-finish line and sailing past right there, and this happened. Way
he overcooked it because
deep.
of the line, didn't he? Overcooked it because of that line he had to take.
And then Oscar Cooper took it back and said, Nice try.
Nice try. So what about these LMP2s? They're going through the GTE track. Well, they've gone past the first, who's already taken up the stop, but they're 17 seconds away from the first load of GTEs. Again, if they're fuel saving, they might pit at the same time the GTEs do, just to save themselves, as they've still got a boatload of laps still to go with 25 minutes left on the track. Montoro has pulled away from Nürgen. That slipstream has gone. And Tony is in a lot of trouble with that slipstream's gone there for the Virtual Gaming Academy. Montoro is trying to do her best to just pull away. The gap is 1.5 seconds right now. So the Kilometer Zero car of Gabi Montoro is doing really well at the moment. So that will be very helpful for her. But I just noticed that some of these LMP1s, while they're battling, oh, screw you, foe. You take over.
I got it. As they are.
The phone just stopped breaking as I turned that off. I apologise, ladies and gentlemen. The battle. Okay, as I was saying, as that phone rudely interrupted me, the battle for the lead. It's coming through some LMP2 traffic. Again, Corbs Copa, gap half a second. Copa, Cuba. Actually, Corbs overtook Copa. Did not see that. Corbs overtook Copa. Where was that on the track? That must have been down Mulsanne. No, it was down Gulf. He overtook him down Gulf, and you can see he's got a lot more boost. And he's just pulling away now from Copa. Did not see that. We apologise. We were looking elsewhere at the GT.
We have a replay, though. We have the replay. And oh, dear. I just sailed past him and past the first corner on Gulf.
So, the rest of the LMP1s are coming in. Spec 2, Wagney in the pits as well. McKenna's retired, by the way, after that incident at the start of the race, so you can understand that these three cars in the pits will not be an issue. But the LMP2s are in the pits. Oh, I just noticed that. Everybody's in. Everybody's in. And we could see a change for the... No, that's an LMP1 in front of an LMP2. It's not a change at the lead. Mune keeps the lead over Mons. And Wes van Dijk is still in the pit. Harry Brooks overtakes him. Harry Brooks, and what's happened to Wes? He's lost 2 places there in the pit stop. What has happened there?
He spent 2 extra seconds in the pit stall. 2 extra seconds, and that's cost him.
Wow. That is big. So Mons still in P2, but he's not battling Javier Zotto, as Gauthier Thornton is battling Harry Brooks behind. So we'll keep eyes on those battles. Again, apologies for not seeing that with the lead battle. Copa is battling hard with the boost, of course, but it almost feels like Corbs is saving more boost for when they come down, because that was a comfortable overtake on Copa going down the Gulf Straight. So it's really confusing what just happened there, but 23 minutes remain. Anyway, so I'm just saying, apparently we're professionals, but the Ethan Bass spelt it wrong in chat. Hi Ethan, nice to see you. Hello everybody. Raidillon TV, if you like what you see, hit that subscribe button and the thumbs up for all those lovely algorithms on YouTube. Look at that, we're trying to keep our eyes on all the battles here. Battle for the lead is very juicy, very juicy. A second between first and third in the LMP1s. You've got the battle for P2 in the LMP2 between Mons and Soto. You want to also throw in, well, something's happened between Van Dijk and Brooks. No, I'm sorry, no, Gauthier Thornton is pulling away as Brooks and Van Dijk are now in a battle themselves. I do wonder if taking extra fuel might have helped Wes there. We'll wait and see. It's Axon in the pits for the GTs. Montoro in the pits. Nürgen in the pits. Does Campos come into the pits? He does. Sipas comes into the pits. I think you get where this is coming. Everybody's coming in. With the rule of 6, please, gentlemen. The rule of 6, please, gentlemen. Nope. We're going to break it. Everybody for the GTs are coming in right now. Apart from Gilhen Pipers. That's interesting. The Corvette going an extra lap. I think that's the only Corvette out there today.
It is, actually. Yeah, I just realized it's a sea of Porsches and then one solitary Corvette.
One Corvette. One Corvette. You get the idea.
Two Corvettes. 3
Ooh,
Corvettes.
Corbs tried to do a bookmark there at Badavira, sorry. In between himself and Copa does not help. Helped Copa against Huber, though. That's going to help him, but the gap now in between these two is a second. Copa's faster, though. With a 10th faster last lap. They're still... Rob, the track gone up to 22 Celsius. 2 Celsius doesn't sound a lot. It's hotter. Humidity, I think, has also... The humidity dropped. So that explains why they're still doing 310s. These lap times are crazy. They've gone through some of the lap traffic. They're going through the rest of it. The GTE stops allows them to get for a few. Corbs is going to be able to use the pass as a bookmark and gain a couple tenths. But all it does is help Copa. Actually help Copa that Corbs try to force his way through. Gap is now half a second as he goes down 330, 340 kilometers an hour for Copa. It's only 335 for Corbs. Corbs is not getting the speed out of Tete Rouge that you would expect. He makes up for it coming down the Gulf Straight, but he's not getting it elsewhere. So this is where you see Copa just doing really well. A little bit of a slide coming out the exit of Mulsanne 1 there for Corbs. If you're wondering why these Porsches, by the way, if you're wondering why they're in the middle, that's iRacing. GT cars, it's faster to go down the middle. What is Montoro doing? Montoro trying to get a little bit of slipstream. Just spooked Copa a little bit, but that's what you expect down here. Huber is catching Copa. Copa's losing to Corbs right now.
But he didn't even use any. He didn't use any of the boost coming out of the first Mulsanne. At a second Mulsanne, he's actually keeping it very calm at the moment. He's just making sure that he can bide his time, and when he sees the opportunity, he'll strike it.
If he can strike while the iron is hot, I think is the key thing. I think they're 8 seconds away from that last GT that has not hit it. They will hit it. The question is, where will they hit it? For 7 seconds, they might be able to get by him down the Busan Straight. So there won't be any hold-ups down at Porsche. That would be handy. In fact, Corbs might do that. Copa may struggle. We'll wait and see with that. Now, battles elsewhere still going on. Montoro still battling Nguyen. Gap is a second there. I don't really see any other battles at the front of the GTE field. That battle between Soto and Mont is still battling. As Wes Van Dijk just took P5, coming down out of Mulsanne 2 on Harry Brooks. As his climb back up the field after that long pit stop, if you call 2 extra seconds long.
Gabby Montoro, she's gone off. What's going on?
No.
Oh!
Indianapolis strikes again. Hold the brakes, as she does. But Indianapolis strikes again.
She actually locked the front left coming into Indy, and then the guy just went. You thought it was over. It ain't for you. And yeah, down to P5. She's lost 3 positions.
And while that was happening, so that battle, you see with that timing tower, Copa is now a second and a half behind Corbs. It's clear that half a second there, a lot of that could be down to the traffic we did not see as we were watching elsewhere. But Copa's got such a fast start. I'm kind of happy in spectator mode we cannot see their boost percentages. Because something tells me he might be boosting a little bit more out of Tete Rouge. Because it just seems weird that he's catching Corbs out of Tete Rouge down into Mulsanne 1, but then he's not catching anywhere else. So he'll probably come and tell me later, I was doing something different, or I was doing the same, I was just faster at Tete Rouge. But it does feel that he's putting most of his boost into the first area. That's what it feels like right now, because, again, at half a second's gone. Mulsanne 2, and Corbs is pulling away. So I think the boost strategy might be winning it for Corbs right now. Keep looking on through the battles. You can see, I love these cameras. Down they go. LMP2 battle heating up a little bit as Javier Soto and Christoph Mons are just struggling to go through GTE traffic just around Terre Rouge. They're now going through the GTE traffic. They were not unable to get an advantage, like I was saying, so they're going to have to go through the traffic. By the way, Moon, as you can see, he's got an 11-second lead. Pulse just in another world right now. He's just doing some consistent times, good times, and oh my god, Soto! Soto might have a slowdown here. Did he think he could make that move? Regardless, he may have a slowdown. Christoph Mons is going to come side by side. He might have to do a Hacken and Schumacher down the Kemmel straight right now. They are. Oh, not on the grass. Not on the grass, Soto. He does it, though. They're still side by side. Now the inside, but Mons to Mons. The outside is Soto. But Mons has lifted. Well, that's an interesting one. Soto retake P2. I was hoping for a side-by-side battle with 15 minutes to go down Mulsanne 2, but you denied me again. So, you see this battle, and just look how close they are. Look how close they are. They go side-by-side again. Now, who's going to get pinched here? Who's going to get pinched here? Now, oh, Mons is trying to find the outside around Verhey. Can't find it. Goes on the gravel. Goes ahead now. Is that two GTEs battling as well with these two LMP2s? They realise that. They're going to tuck in. And again, now Soto's going to try and pinch Mons. Because there's some GTEs. And then the GTEs go over the other side. And Soto's pinched again. He's got to find a way through. They're not going to try free wide, are they? They're not going to try free wide. He's not. Mons, with a little respect there, just lifts. They'll get by both GTEs and come through Indianapolis. Every moment these guys battle, there's just that feeling that you think, something's going to happen. Something's going to happen. It's not yet, but just as close as you can go. It's absolute carnage. You see the timing tower is up there, so you'll see all the information as you need it, because that gap between Corbs and Copa gone to 2 seconds as Corb continues. But we're keeping our eyes on this fantastic battle on the LMP2s. We haven't seen an LMP2 battle for a while on the broadcast. It's been pretty spread out, so to have this slipstream battle between Soto and Mons is fantastic. Both going to get held up here through the Corvette Estes on the Prensorio. Oh, Mons has to take a late move there to the karting Estes. Gets through. That was a tight one, but does get through. They've got two GTs ahead. 8 seconds up ahead is Baptista and Baravilla. Both of them battling as well as these two. They're finding the GTE battles at the best / worst time, because some of these GTEs will go side by side now. 13 minutes to go. All the stops are gone, and they're going side by side. And it's a case of, I think I will, and that is what's happening right now.
Oscar Coper, by the way, he's still falling behind Jan Corps. Jan Corps has just started checking out. 2.3 seconds separate the two of them. In the LMP2 field, it is Monza versus... Oh dear, we've had an accident. Oh, we have had an accident. That is Matt York coming through Dunlop chicane. Oh dear.
Oh dear. Oh
yeah,
dear,
that is Wes Van Dijk.
Oh, yeah.
And there is nothing he can do.
He's retired.
Oh, that's Gabby. Is that... No, sorry, that's not Gabby. Sorry. I thought that was. It's the car 34. Kirill Verhey is, unfortunately having to carry some damage from that particular incident. Oh, dear. Gabby, by the way,
shame to see, yeah.
She has climbed back up into 4th after overtaking Mario Sipas, and is currently charging back towards Tiago Campos, looking to see if she can clinch back 3rd position. She is 0.7 of a second behind him, but the car that she was battling was Tony Nguyen. She is currently 3.3 seconds behind.
So, I think Corbs has, like you said, checked out. Copa, I think the tyres are starting to go on him. A little bit of a slide out of the Ford chicane. And Cooper is only half a second behind right now. It does feel like those tires have started to go. Gap is now 0.4 to 0.3, now 0.5. So you can just see it does feel like it. And that sounds weird with 23 Celsius track, but stranger things have happened. Again, humidity dropping now, 41. But if you constantly go on the brakes, you constantly go hard, you are going to make those tires just squeal. Those tires just complain. So it doesn't worry. Is that Baravila with some damage? It is. Did not see that Baravila with wing damage. Not sure what happened there to the car that was in P7, now in P8 and going down the order. It looks like a seesaw, that car right now. The bottom is down and the other side's up in the air. So not what you want to see on a wing. It wants to be nice and flat. So I cannot see on my replays what's happened there to William Baravila, but he is going to be struggling for speed right now. Montoro still catching Campos. 10 minutes remaining. Well, 10 minutes and change remaining at the moment. It's the Ferrari there of Campos versus the Porsche of Montoro for third place. And very nice to see the Porsche. There's been talk of it being a Ferrari Cup this weekend. To see the Porsches come out in style, Nürgen and Montoro just having some fantastic drives in the Porsche and really just showing that it's not a one-car, mate. It's not a one-car series at the moment. So we know that Wes has tow, so the order will be all over the place. Just seeing elsewhere, Javier Soto still has that 2-second lead. Harry State is now battling Adam State, sorry, is battling Harry Brooks. I almost said it the other way around, but those two are battling for 4th and 5th. Don't see any other battles in the LMP2s at the moment. You can see the gap, though, as they come through on hard between Cooper and Huber has gone down to half a second. Very crucial right now. Very crucial because it does feel like Huber is starting to tighten the screw on Cooper. Cooper's just starting to struggle. He's lost that toe of Corbs. He is on his own. He goes wide through the start of the Porsche curves. That's dangerous. He might have had to have a lift before the wall there at Porsche into Corvette. The gap closed it. The gap closed it. Tighter line for Huber. Down into the karting S's. Again, tighter line from Huber. Cooper is pushing the car right now. And just again for the stat nerds, Marco Huber's the #1 car. He's a 6.6k driver. A third place nets him a grand total of 1 iRating point. Yeah.
Oh dear.
Which when you think Oscar Cooper's P2 with a 5.5k rating, he gains 41 points for P2. That's a massive drop.
I guarantee you he's going to be like to himself, guys, can we switch places? You can't get iRating anyway. I mean, he's going to be happy with 3rd place, but I mean, I think he's just thinking to himself, really? 1 point? 1? For what?
That's what I'm looking at right now. 1 whole point. Crazy. Absolutely crazy.
It is the way of the world, unfortunately. Oh, crikey. Gabi Montoro on the... Oh, well, Thiago Campos just let him by. Gabi was just like...
behind them.
Gabi was just like, thank you.
And
into
behind
3rd
them
place
is a
she
battle
goes.
between Adam State. Yeah, behind them, though. And a battle between Adam State and Harry Brooks. Brooks could have made an overtake down Gulf if he wanted to, but it would have resulted in him going 3 wide of the GTE. So Brooks just holding on. 7 minutes remaining, which, look at it. Where's Jan Korps? He's there. He's down Mulsanne, out of Mulsanne 2 on lap 17 of 19. That just gives you an idea of what lap time, where we are. 19, do you know what? I think when we last did Le Mans, we were looking at 18 laps, and we're looking at 19 today. That just goes to show you the pace difference from these cars. it's mind blowing just how fast they've gone nowadays. As, you know, even these LMP2s are going fast. But here's that battle between Montoro and Campos, and here's Adam and Harry just accepting their fate right behind in the Ford chicanes. Who's gonna make the move first? They do have a little bit of get up and go, but can Brooks? Now this is crucial for Brooks if he wants this P4. How crucial? Can he get by Campos? Can he get by Montoro? Well, I don't know. I don't think he can get by Montoro. It's going to have to be late braking, decides against it. State gets the bookmark and almost gets run over by Campos in behind. So that's half a second. Three tenths taken there by State, but Brooks responds straight away with the McNish line. I went there with the McNish line, and the gap's now back to half a second. Why do you have to
remind me of the McNish line, goddammit?
Because every time I go around that corner, I'm in an LMP1 or even an LMP2, and I'm overtaking a GTE. Overtaking a GTE.
Sorry to cut across. I can't believe you were like the backhanded, like, this is what I'm doing.
Like a politician, and I promise you, this will be done.
Yeah, just like the backhand is like that, like, I swear to God.
when I drove LMP1s around here, I have to overtake a GTE around there. All I think of is, don't do a McNish. Don't do a McNish. Please don't turn in on me. Please don't. You know, I do get those moments. So, Harry Brooks, I think he's got the run now. I think he's got the run on Adam State, but no, he lifts. Very interesting. Now he pulls out to the side, but Harry, you could have gone side by side, and oof, just because of that, you're lifting. You've changed your speed, and you've lost it. Am I wrong in thinking he should have gone for it instead of second-guessing himself? That cost him a second.
Well, would you rather be safe or be dead?
Rob, it's 4 minutes to go. You'd go side by side down Mulsanne too. You've got to take the opportunity.
Still plenty of time. It's a long track. Don't worry. Don't worry your little head.
I think he had it. He could have gone side by side early, but instead of going out, he decided to lift a little bit just to stay behind. Now's not the time for lifting. It's the time for racing. So that's what I think. And also at the front, you can see on the times, yes, that gap is now 0.3 of a second between Copa and Hubert. And Hubert's thinking, hey, maybe I should send it down Mulsanne too. No, I won't. But at least he's in the right position. Goes around smoothly. A little bit of dirty air, just holding him up there. Now, I want to see this boost strategy, because if Copa is not using all his boost, Hubert would probably overtake him right now. 0.3. It was 0.4. And no, he is boosting. He has got that conventional boosting. Must just be a different thing. They do have one GTE in front of them, but you can see the difference between a 6.5K driver and a 5.5K driver. It's not a lot, if I'm brutally honest. Probably half a second right now, or 0.2 of a second. As
Oscar battling the boy of Marshall Hubert. And Hubert's on the inside, coming up towards Indianapolis, coming on to Gulf. Does he get bookmarked? Oh! Jesus.
Well, that was one I wasn't expecting. I think Copa, he just turned in a bit too early. Oh no, I think Hubert just missed the apex. Very interesting, but they both get away with no damage. But Hubert does take that P2. He's finally not gaining a single point of I rating. It's going to be a bit more right now, but he has a almost 2-second lead over Copa. I don't see any damage, so that's a good thing, because that would really affect the aero right now for Copa, but I think he has to...
Oh my god, Hubert, what are you doing? What? I think he took a lot more of the track than is intended just there.
Did he? Wow. That's the line. That's
a new strat. That's a new strat
line.
Also, by the way, we went ooh at the same time. I'm pretty sure we just blasted everybody's ears with ooh.
I apologize. White flag. Barney's flown the white flag. The last lap of the broadcast season for ESS. Corbs had a 3-second lead. So touch wood, nothing's going to happen. He does have a few cars he has to lap right now. So that's the only thing he's got to worry about. The LMP2s. Soto does have that. Like I said, there's no battle. Apart from that battle between Brooks and Hop. Sorry, Hop. Harry Brooks has gone down a position. It's now Hop versus Brooks. It was Brooks versus State. Now it's Denny Hop for VC versus Harry Brooks. So that's one battle. They've still got another lap to go through, as does most of the GTEs. I mean, we're going to see a whole lap of GTEs and LMP2s. Jan Korbs is going to overtake half of the GTE field, I feel. It's an interesting decision there from Huber. I understand there is some questions, but I do feel it was just a mistake. You can go too wide there, and I think, it takes two to tango. Maybe one of them just put his foot in the wrong position. It looks like it was just a genuine mistake for the overtake. But then the guts to make a move that he did to around those GTE at Porsche, that was crazy. Safe, but crazy. I'm not gonna tell a 6K driver what to do, because that's not my prerogative. But crazy. But if you have the confidence in the car and you know the driver's going to stick to a certain line, you can do it. So fair play to him.
It's a bit of a yikes there, crikey. I mean, we were just like, yeah, it's gonna be a nice battle, and then just the synchronized ooh.
So Jan Korbs, by the way, actually the GTEs might get lapped. The GTEs might be on their last lap right now. Korbs has gone past Montoro. Ooh, but he's 6 seconds away from the Saxon. Can he make that up? Or will Saxon have to do a whole lap by himself? That's the important question we're asking here right now. Montoro did everything she could to try and get back. In fact, look at the pace of Montoro. She tried everything she could to get back to P2. It just was not happening. But keeps that P3, a very good drive. Nguyen making up those 5 places.
I am 90% sure.
Is he going to make it?
I'm pretty sure Isaacson will get lapped.
It is. 15.98 is what's on the GTE ticker on their lap 16. The gap between the Saxon and Korbs is 1 second. Isaacson could slow down, take this, and there it is. It is the final lap for the GTEs. We'll have LMPs to give you for the final 3 minutes. But he's got a couple corners left to go. It is dominance from Korbs. He made a mistake in lap 1, and he came back to dominate. Huber's going to give one last hurrah. The gap's half a second. It's not going to come to anything. Huber would need a dive through Ford. Can't make it. Jan Korbs will win at Le Mans for the final race of the season. Huber will take P2. The Saxon wins the GTE. Coper takes a convincing P3. There's Reinhardt in 9th, but Nguyen will take E2, making 5 places up. Montoro takes 3rd. Campos will take 4th, as does Spets there. After having that little off earlier, will take P4 in the LMP1s. And we see some more cars just coming across the line for the GTEs. We do have those LMP2s, but again, apart from Harry Brooks and Jeremy Hopp, there's no battle. So the battle for 5th is all we've got to show you right now.
Harry Brooks and Jeremy Hopp. This is what will happen for the next 3 minutes. And it's going to be tiptoeing around, I imagine, just to try and not bin it and let Matt York, who sat in the background, get a top 5. And he's actually just trying to catch up to the rear end of Brooks right now. I mean, it's a bit of an odd situation where the last things that are actually racing are these cars.
Oh, he's done it again. He's done it again. Again, he's come up to the back of a car and he's put the brakes on. He's had the speed and probably could have sent it. He knows this is the white flag. Is he protecting a P6? I mean, yeah, at the end of the day, you've got a P6 that's still good in the broadcast split, but the number of times he's had to be able to get side by side and force an issue, and he's not been able to. And now is he looking for it? No, again. That's the 3rd time down Mulsanne he's done that. And I know you said there was plenty of times, but he's done it every lap, Rob. And I'm not calling the man out, but come on, go for it. I'm sorry, Matt Harry, go for it.
Oh, now he sent it.
Yeah. Now he sends it side by side. He's going to get that inside. And Jeremy Hopp may just get behind to get a little bit of a tow. Does so. The French driver of VC does do that, but it might be a bit too late. He's looking for the move though into Indianapolis. Can't make it. Can't make it. It just closed up on him a bit too much. Into the second part of Indianapolis. No. But to the garage, the gap is now half a second. Harry Brooks does get that P5 into Arnage. No, now then. Hop will go for this. You know it. Half a second. He might be able to probably not make the move here at Porsche. But you've got to think, half a second, he's going to need a miracle, I think, right now. So I'll eat my words. Harry may have timed that right, but you've got to think to yourself. He had shot opportunities to make that move earlier.
And as he goes around the Porsche curves, he sees the rear end of Harry Brooks coming through. He'll just have to sit one P in a pod and P in a pod and P in a pod. He can't do anything through here. And I think he's let go.
He's let go. Paul Mooney came across the line 20 seconds ago. Javier Soto, Maffeo Goffia Thornton, and then Adam State now coming across the line. But P5 will go to Harry Brooks with Jeremy Hopp. Actually, to be fair, Jeremy Hopp makes 6 places up to get P6. Still an impressive drive from the VEC driver. And I think really once, who's the last car out on the track? Crosses the line now. It's Mark Eager. Kungan is still out there. He's finished the race. No, that is all of them. Yes, sorry, that is everybody.
And here are the races. We'll just let them run by your screen. I think Craig will have some motorsport news today.
Do I?
Discuss. Yeah, well, I don't know. Do you?
Just a new Williams livery. Nothing special.
I mean, that is special.
Not when it was leaked yesterday because their AR, their VR or augmented reality app wasn't encrypted, so everybody hacked it and managed to get it yesterday. That's so we already knew it. Let's go down that while Rob continues. Jan Corbs started pole. First lap he was down in about P5 and then came back to win the race. A second over Marshall Huber. It was closer at the end than it should have been. Oscar Copa will take that P3. Alexander Spetz will take 4th. Philip Kungan, the lone Porsche, gets the top 5. Thibaut Wagner will take 6th. Steve Hu will take 7th. Andres Halser will take 8th. And Jake Carey 9th. And into that LMP2 battle we were just looking at, Paul Mooney will win dominance 15.5 seconds from Javier Soto, who takes P2. Maffeo Goffia Thornton, 7 places made up for P3, and Adam State takes P4. Harry Brooks gets 5th. He did make 1 place up overall, but could have got on. I'm not going to criticize the man. It's just, there was speed there. Probably could have done it a bit more earlier. Jeremy Hopp will go 6th. Matt York 7th. Mark Eager will take 8th, and Julian Reinhardt will take 9th. Into the GTEs, well, the Adam Saxons show once again. Never qualifies on pole, but he made up 3 places to come home first. Tony Nugan made up 5 places to come home second. Gabby Montoro lost a couple as she started pole and finishes P3. Diego Campos will come home 4th, and Marcus Sipas 5th. Thomas Garon will take 6th, and Felipe Baptista will take 7th. Blasek Perezanoso will take 8th. Tiago Neves Pereira will take 9th. Gilliam Pipers 10th. The Corvette, by the way, the lone Corvette made up 5 places there. Daniel Conco will take up P11. Khalil Verhey 12th, and William Baravia will take up 13th. And then we got the cars that finished a few laps down. Christoph Mons was 5 laps down. We saw the incident. Wes Van Dijk as well had that incident as well. 6 laps down. Kristen Pezek 7 laps down. Erika Hadjabi will finish 14 laps down. Roman Verdolio will be 17 laps down. Alex Thuringa will be 18 laps down, as is Jared Schuler and Eric Tetasasuna. And Kaifer McKenna, we saw that at the start of the race, 19 laps down after the crash at Terre Rouge.
All good things come to an end, unfortunately.
Well, another season's gone in the European Sprint Series, Rob. And thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for sticking with us through the highs and the lows of this season. We've had some real life issues. We apologise we haven't been able to provide a full schedule this season, but you can understand. Real life does take priority for a lot of us. It's been those trying times for everybody, but we're here. We're still racing, and everyone's still racing on iRacing. It's great to see you all. If you want to see more from Raidillon TV, hit that like button. Hit that like button? Yeah, hit the like button for us. Hit the subscribe button. Hit that bell when you get notified of when we go live next.
Consider becoming a member of the channel, please.
Oh, yes, the membership tiers, the free tiers for the membership, please. Consider it. Every little helps as well with our super chat and
donations. Link to our Discord channel, of course, underneath the video, and trackcams22.com providing. Look at that photo. Oh, I love that photo. Thanks to trackcams22.com. If you'd like to see more from Raidillon TV, this Sunday we will bring you the end of the Huskenfeld GT Challenge, which I believe is at Laguna Seca this week, so that will be fun. Then, of course, we're back. Then, of course, we're not off next week. Oh, no, we've got some racing. We got some racing Monday night, the Racing Sim Rig Super Trofeo Series, an all Lamborghini field. That will be on Monday. Wednesday, the Racing Sim Rigs World Series, all GT3s. And then later on that evening, the Americas Series with the GTEs. Again, if you hit that subscribe button and the bell, you'll be notified of when we go live or schedule an event. So for the final time, Rob, as I've kept rambling on, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, by the way. For the last time in the European Sprint Series this season, I have been Craig King.
I have been Robert O'Brien.
And this has been Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.